Mahito is a double-edged sword. One minute you fucking hate his guts, the other, he's all of a sudden your favorite character. He's so twistedly written that it almost makes you think, what did the author mean by this? And that's exactly what we're gonna find out about today. But before that, I'd like to inform you guys that I have launched a Discord server where you can share your video ideas, talk with me, and even discuss your JJK topics, your ideas, your opinions, and everything. Just be authentic and free, so you can check out the link in the description. Anyways, without anything further to do, let's dive in. First, I'll talk about his philosophy of the soul. The way he perceives it is very interesting. He sees it as this thing that if nobody can touch, they can't touch him at all. I like the way they introduced us to the soul and the whole concept through Mahito. He explains us the whole concept very well by telling us that the soul is not the thing that is forming around the body or inside, rather it is the body that is forming around the soul. And this concept is so within him that it is literally his technique. He's the one that sees it best, and he's the one that knows it best. He is a villain and he's a terrible being, but he doesn't try to justify it by any means. Every time he talks about his ideals, he always keeps saying how he doesn't care how much humans he kills, he doesn't care what he does because it's his nature. It's because that's what he's born to do. And he's born out of the hatred of humans, so of course he would hate them the most. He's a great villain, and I think he's an even better written villain because he was so useful to us in the story and to Yuji's development. If Mahito weren't there, Yuji wouldn't have been the man he is today because Mahito wouldn't have been there to develop him as a character and to give him all those troubles and all those hardships to go through and all these horrible things to see. Yuji wouldn't have been the same. Now, to the Sukuna fans, I might sound a little hypocritical since I hated him in my previous video, but it is not what I mean here. I know that Mahito is also a piece of shit, just like Sukuna is, but I do really like his role in the story. I think he served a better role than Sukuna. I think he was definitely a more well-written character and had way more personality, and both him and Sukuna are introduced to Yuji in the start of the story, Mahito even a little bit later than Sukuna, and Sukuna adds no substance to Yuji's personality or his character, while Mahito does add a lot and does make him question his own morals and goals multiple times, which is great development. Sukuna, the only thing he does is he just traumatizes fucking Yuji and makes him want to cry in his bed and never get up and never be a Jujutsu sorcerer. So yeah, that's just pointless. His technique is very cool, but I'll talk about how cool it is in another video in a different tone. So yeah, his technique is idle transfiguration. It lets him change the shape of the soul of anything he touches with his palm, which is exactly his philosophy that the body forms around the soul. So when he touches your soul, he forms or changes your body in any way, shape or form he might want to. Basically, your Play-Doh. His other ability is his soul flexibility. I don't know if it's called like that, I just made it up because it sounds logical, but it is basically that he is able to change his soul as well, which he can do for many reasons. If you try to hit him, he can change the shape of his soul in a way that you never do any damage to him, and he can also do it to expand his body and make stuff like big clubs, spikes, massive fists, massive feet, and whatever he wants to, really. He's also a really goofy character. He's basically the Joker of JJK, and he acts just like him. He screws around, he laughs at everything, he's a master in tomfoolery, he's the most cartoonish ass character, even Kenjaku can beat him in that field. He's just the goofy guy. If you like the video and the commentary so far, there's a little button down there, it's called subscribe. Go click it. Mahito is a double-edged sword because you hate him. He takes away all the characters we love without a second thought, but you love him because he's the only one who pushes Yuji to grow actually. Without Mahito, Yuji doesn't become the cog he is later. Mahito to me is the ultimate antagonist because he doesn't just fight the hero, he evolves with him. Every time he survives, he gets more dangerous, his growth rate is like insane, and he just pushes Yuji to catch up to him because if he doesn't, he's gonna die when they fight. My conclusion is that Mahito isn't just a curse. He's a masterpiece of writing that forces us to look at the worst parts of ourselves, and that is just a beautiful way to write a character. A very ugly character. By the way, if you like the video so far, consider checking out my previous video on Yuki, which also turned out really well. It's fire. But only after you watch this one. I am you. Mahito argues that just as humans kill cattle or pests, for example, without a second thought because it is in their nature, he also kills humans because it is in his nature as a curse. He's telling Yuji that neither of them them is good or evil. They're just simply following their biological rules, what they're meant to do. And he explains that when it's said that he's born from the hatred of humans toward each other. Therefore, every time Yuji kills a curse out of hatred, or in his case justice, he's feeding into the very cycle that created Mahito in the first place. He's doing the same thing, just opposite. They are the same two sides of a coin, and Mahito says that because he wants to shatter Yuji's moral superiority. He wanted Yuji to realize that his justice is just a human version of Mahito's murder. I don't understand why people hate on Mahito so much. He's such an important character in the story, he's so well written, he's everything Yuji needed to develop himself further into the killing games. His morals are interesting, his character development is very good, his adaptability is insane. Every time he fights, he wins, and not because he defeated his opponent, but because he learned from him. And I think that you should be just like him in that matter, really. Every time you fail, every time you cannot overcome an obstacle or you lose something because you're lacking something, you should learn from that. You should learn to overcome it. You should be able to get through it at some point and become better. And every time build on yourself. Not just sit in your room and whine like a little bitch like that's gonna change anything. The people who hate on Mahito are either stupid or ignorant and have never dived into his character, or are just stupid Sukuna glazers who just cannot accept that there's a better villain than him. I have a question for you guys. Do you think Mahito is a better villain than Sukuna? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and also let me know your opinion on Mahito in general. I would love to know. And also, if you haven't liked this video by now, what are you doing? Go ahead and do that as well if you want to support the channel and see more videos like this. I also made a community post on my channel here asking you guys if you think that it's a good idea to start uploading on Jujutsu Shenanigans. Not to discuss the game or orient my channel primarily around it, more so just have me play a Jujutsu Kaisen oriented game while we're talking about JJK in general. I wanted to do this because it takes a long time to make these hyper edited high quality videos where I spam images every 2 seconds to fill in the gaps between my uploads, so I have more consistent content for you, which is just a bonus for you and for me because I'll get to know you better and do live commentary. Oh yeah, and I will be also screaming my moveset like a complete fucking idiot while discussing the current fight that is happening in the game, so prepare for that. If you enjoyed this video, you will probably really like this one, so go check it out, and stay tuned for the next upload. I'll see you in the next one, peace.